Hello, welcome back to cinematic gameplay of Marvel United. Today, we have an interesting combination. We are facing off against the very first of the Sinister Six. We're facing off against Mysterio. And we're playing as Spider-Man 2099, Black Cat, and Daredevil. Why this mix, you ask? Well, I was gonna play with Spider-Man, but I don't wanna get it too redundant because I kinda wanna build up with the Sinister Six, at least play through half of the villains so you can see general gameplay of how they are before diving into the whole Sinister Six gameplay, because in that expansion, you can actually face off against all the villains. So rather than just diving straight into all six, we'll just do maybe 2 to 3 and then get into that afterwards. So I don't want to keep using Spider-Man for every single one. With that, I am using Spider-Man 2099, which is a little bit different. We got Daredevil because there was a time when Daredevil did face off against Mysterio in the comics, so I'm trying to simulate that experience as close as possible. And then Black Cat because why not? All new characters, brand new villain, all new location cards as well. It's gonna be a fun day. Thank you for joining me. Let's get started with another round of cinematic gameplay. Alright, if you're new here and you enjoy the content, you enjoy what you're seeing, you like the gameplay, please consider supporting my channel by hitting subscribe, and also got some shirts down linked below so you can check those out as well. Now, I have no idea how Mysterio works, I have no idea how the heroes work, but we're gonna learn this together. Now, Mysterio has some special rules. It says, as long as there are no Broken Illusion threat cards, which are these cards all here across the board, which are upside down. I'm assuming these are Broken Illusion cards. As long as there are no Broken Illusion threat cards face up, Mysterio cannot be damaged. And in order for us to turn this face up, we have to use any action possible. It could be a heroic action, it could be a movement, it could be attack, anything you want. So our goal first is to turn up all these threat cards and then complete 2 mission cards before we can finally attack Mysterio, who is also at 6 health. That's a ton of health. And why are we not using the custom 3D civilians and thugs, you ask? Well, that's because of Mysterio's Overflow effect, which you'll see very soon. Now, Mysterio goes first, and his first card is Fake Heroics. Discard all civilians and thugs in his location, then draw another Master Plan card and add it face down in the storyline. He also moves clockwise first to the next location with the most civilians. That means he's going to move to Queens, and then he's going to discard all of these and draw another Master Plan card and add it face down. That's interesting. Okay, there goes that. Master Card Plan goes face down in the storyline. Now already you can tell it's going to be a very fast race because he's gonna constantly just spit out all of his villain cards, which means we need to turn over everything ASAP and just get missions done like that. Okay, drawing our first 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Wow, what a shuffle. We have 4 Spider-Man 2099 cards and 1 Daredevil. That's a wonderful shuffle there. For our very first turn, we draw. And what should we do first? Now, since we're already at the Avengers Tower, let's go ahead and activate the most actions possible. We also want to introduce the movement. I'm gonna play Daredevil first. Daredevil is going to use his attack to turn this face up. And this threat says, when this threat is revealed, add a thug to this location. Here goes a thug. And then I can also move 1 space. I'm gonna move Daredevil, let's go to the Brooklyn Bridge. Now, draw again, and I get my first Black Cat card, which is 2 wild, that's good. And also perfect timing because now I can use those 2 for heroic actions, smoke and mirrors. I'm gonna use Black Cat's double wild, place that on the storyline. And with that, I'm gonna put 2 heroic actions here in smoke and mirrors. 1 and 2. So there goes my second action or second turn, and I draw 1 more time. Ooh, and I get another wild back to back. Well, I still have 2 wild on the storyline. Let's go ahead and disperse our team out and use Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2099 is going to use this card, which is 1 movement and 1 attack. I'm gonna first use 1 wild from the previous turn in order to clear this out. So this threat is done. Smoke and mirrors is gone. And our first threat is cleared. Second action is going to move Spider-Man over here. And I have another movement and another attack. I'm gonna attack this and reveal that threat. When this one is revealed, it's another smoke and mirrors, and I add a civilian to this location. And lastly, I have 1 more movement, moving me over to Golden City. First turn, things are deceptively easy, as it should be with Mysterio. But I feel like it's going to ramp up real fast real soon. We'll see. All right, Mysterio goes next. Revealing his next master plan card is called Holographic Technology. Shuffle all threat cards in play, discarding any tokens on them. Then put them back face down, starting on Mysterio's location and going clockwise. Oh, this is why things seemed a little bit too easy. Yeah, this is gonna get annoying real fast, because if he shuffles everything back together and everything gets revealed face up, then I'm wasting actions going to different places and just revealing them. I need to reveal them and get rid of them then and there. That's why Mysterio is difficult. Okay. First off, Mysterio's going to move 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3. He ends up at the Avengers Mansion, and then we're gonna activate his effect of Holographic Technology, shuffling all threat cards in play, going clockwise. And we're gonna put them back face down, starting on his location and going clockwise again. Okay, that's fun. I like that. I like the mechanic. It's very interesting. Okay, it's very Mysterio-esque, and I enjoy that. Okay, going from there, Mysterio's done. Back to our turn. We draw the next card, which is Daredevil. Now this one says Blind Justice. Gain 1 movement token for each thug you defeat this turn. Ooh, that's interesting. An action based on however many you defeat. I don't think that's gonna come in handy too much though, because Golden City, Avengers Tower, and Brooklyn Bridge all have 1 thug. Won't be able to do too much off of that. Okay, I think I'm gonna use Daredevil's Heroic Action card and use this to flip his threat face up. We'll play that, and Daredevil's threat on Brooklyn Bridge is Mysterio can now be damaged. Oh, once 2 missions have been complete. Okay. Oh, okay, so Broken Illusion is a specific card, which means we need to reveal that card after getting rid of the other ones. The more threats we get rid of now, then the easier it will be able to find after Mysterio shuffles everything all over again. I'm gonna draw again. We get Spiderman 29.9's Claws, double attack against a single enemy. Damage you deal this turn can't be reduced. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay, let's reveal another threat. We have a heroic action from last time, and we have a wild. We'll go ahead and play Black Cat, her wild token card. We'll play this on the timeline. And using the wild, we'll reveal this threat. Mysterio can also be damaged. Okay, so we have 2 Broken Illusion cards. 2 more threats. This is tricky. I had no idea there were 2 Broken Illusion cards. I don't know if it's better to go and find more threats or to just, stick to baseline and defeat thugs and civilians, but there aren't that many of each. Okay, I think it's time to start rescuing more civilians then. With that, draw 1 more card, and Spider-Man 29.9 again, Enhanced Senses. You can't take any damage until the beginning of your next turn, and 1 heroic. I am going to play this card, which allows me to put a heroic for any location and move, along with the previous action, which is a wild. Now with that wild, I'm going to attack this thug, and then I'm going to move, and we'll go ahead and rescue the civilian over here in Golden City. Okay, those are my actions, and I am done. Moving back to Mysterio. Next one, he's going to move 1 space, and from there, he's gonna activate a BAM and summon some more thugs. This is actually, I think this is good for us. By the way, check out this mini. Mysterio's head is like a perfect circle. It's like a perfect sphere, and it's really interesting to look at. I don't know why, maybe it's because it's not painted, but it does look like the funniest mini I've played with so far. Anywho, we're going from Avengers Mansion to Avengers Tower, activating his BAM, turn all civilians into thugs, and vice versa. Reading that effect is why we are not playing with the 3D tokens, these ones. Instead, it'd be much faster to just flip them just like this. Flip all these over, and then add 1 civilian to Mysterio's location. Okay, back to our turn. We draw a wild card. Okay, I'm going to play this card first, which is a double attack for Spider-Man. It's gonna get rid of these 2 thugs. And my last action is a movement action, but instead of actually moving, I'm gonna flip this threat face up. Ooh, there we go. When this threat is revealed, the hero revealing it takes 1 damage. Okay. Battle drones, I discard 1 card. I'll discard this heroic action one, Enhanced Series. Now this is going. And it takes 3 attacks in order to defeat the battle drones for that threat. Okay, and I draw for my second action. Now this is actually perfect because I did already play a double attack from last turn. Luckily this one was just played. So I'm gonna use those 2 for sure on battle drones, but... Oh, actually perfect combination. Spider-Man now is totally taking the MVP title. We're gonna do 3 attacks, so all the attacks I have available are gonna be used on the battle drones. This is cleared. Our second threat has been annihilated. And then we have 1 more movement. I'm gonna move from the Daily Bugle to Queens. And 1 more action left. I'm gonna draw for my final turn, and we get another movement. For this one, I'm gonna use Daredevil and attack a thug, and also says gain 1 movement token for each thug I defeat, which means playing Daredevil, I'm gonna defeat this 1 thug, and I gain 1 movement token, which might come in handy later on. So that gets added to my pool. And we're good to go for our turn. Next up, Mysterio goes again. 1, 2, 3. This is now his 1, 2, 3, 4th turn. And draw. Well, he has moved 4 times, activated BAM, and summon some more thugs. Okay, so 4 spaces. We're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and 4. He ends up at Golden City. Activates his BAM, flipping everything over. That's all we got so far for his BAM, and then add a civilian to Mysterio's location. And next up, he's going to summon 2 thugs here, but now we have our first overflow. 1 thug and an overflow, and then if we go clockwise, 2 more thugs here. Wow, I'm out of tokens, so I might as well use these 3D ones now. 1 and 2. And 1 more on his spot. Okay, now his overflow says if 1 or more tokens can be added to a location, draw another master plan card and add it face down. That's the theme of Mysterio. He has a very, very tiny deck left. Okay, we've defeated half the thugs. We've cleared half the threats. We're about halfway there in order to get to Mysterio. Now, drawing our next card, we get Move and Heroic. I have nothing but Spider-Man cards. I don't understand. Our previous card was the 1 attack from Daredevil. Now, if we think about that and play a Move and Heroic, we'll go ahead and reveal Queens. Which means this card gets revealed, and perfect, it's a heroic action. When this card is revealed, add 1 civilian here. I have a movement and a heroic action left. I'm going to use a heroic action here. And move Spider-Man this way. Going into our next turn, we draw a double wild for Spider-Man, hell yeah. As you know, we play aggressive here, so we're gonna play this right now. Double wild for Spider-Man means he's going to attack 1 thug, and he also has a movement and a heroic. I'm gonna use the movement to move him over to Queens. I have 2 actions left. I'm gonna put 1 heroic here and use the last wild here to clear this 3rd smoke and mirrors. So those are 3 threats now. 1, 2, and 3 cleared. And we draw for our 3rd and last turn. Okay, I seriously have drawn every single Spider-Man card, but at this point we have a heroic action. Now, we definitely need to start defeating more thugs. That will clear up way faster than civilians for the missions. I wish I have some Black Cat cards, but instead I guess I gotta move Spider-Man that way. I do have 2 wilds, which means I can get there now, and I'm gonna play Spider-Man's single wild card, and I'm gonna use my movement token first to move him towards Brooklyn Bridge. And I have 3 wild actions left, 1 movement, 2 actions left, and I'm gonna attack these 2 thugs with that. 1 and 2, 2 more, and we need to clear 1 more threat. We're almost there. All right, Black Cat needs to come into play. Spider-Man is doing all the work right now from all the cards that we've drawn. Mysterio's turn next. He draws another round of holographic technology. With this, he's going to move 3 spaces, 1, 2, and 3, shuffle everything again. Oh, actually, luckily that's not too bad because now at least 2 of them will be the Broken Illusion card. And on his space, 1 gets put face down, and face down. And that is it. Back to our turn. We draw Daredevil, who gets a heroic and a attack icon. Now, our last card was a heroic action, which means I'm gonna play the card we just drew for Daredevil. And with that, I'm gonna attack a thug and use the heroic action to reveal this threat. Yes, battle drones. Okay, so he needs 3 attacks and that'll clear the final threat because those 2 are broken illusions then. I draw again. Daredevil gets a movement and a heroic. But I need some attack cards. I do have 1 attack from last time and 1 more heroic that I can use. I'll play Daredevil again and use an attack for here. Now I have 2 heroics and 1 movement. I think the best option for me is to go here for the movement and use this to rescue civilian. And then I'm gonna use the second heroic to reveal this threat. There, so there's our broken illusion. Okay, we get 1 final turn and we finally draw Black Cat's Cat Luck. This one says, when the next master plan card is revealed, you may put it on the bottom and draw another one instead. Ooh, that's interesting. Finally, a character who gets to mess around with the villain. That's cool, I like that. This might come in handy now. Let's go ahead and play Cat Luck. I have a movement and 2 heroics, which means I'm gonna move here and rescue these 2 civilians. Now it is Mysterio's turn. Of course, we don't get anything that shuffles things around. Now, he is going to move 2 spaces, 1 and 2, ends up at the Daily Bugle, and activates his BAM, flipping everything over again. And I also add 1 more civilian to his location. And then he's also going to summon civilians back to back. We get 1 civilian at Golden City, 1 more civilian in Queens, and 2 more in the Daily Bugle, barely meeting the limit. We have luckily avoided his overflow effect. Okay, and draw. We get a double heroic action for Daredevil. Now, we just need to defeat 1 more thug and clear this card. Our last one was a heroic action. I only have 1 attack card left. I wanted to save this one in order to fight Mysterio. Okay, I guess I'll just use this one, which allows me to move 1 time. We'll move over here, and we can't even utilize the heroic action, but I need to clear this out ASAP. Next card for our second turn, the Man Without Fear. Gain 1 movement for each civilian I rescue this turn. I guess I'll use this now. And for Daredevil, he's going to use the heroic action now to rescue the civilian, which means I gain 1 movement token. And the last card is a movement from Spiderman, which allows him to move over to the Brooklyn Bridge. We draw 1 more card. And of course, it's Black Cat. I don't even have a chance to clear this out yet. I think the best game plan is to play the next Cat Claws again, just so we can avoid his shuffling effect. Now with that, Black Cat is going to rescue a civilian from using the last card. And then I'm gonna use the movement token. Now I could move to Avengers Tower and attack the last thug and clear that mission, but then from there, Mysterio is going to reveal cards every 2 turns. And I need to like preserve. I don't know how many cards I have left, but maybe like 3 or 4 cards left of Mysterio before I lose. So we're gonna hold off on that. And Mysterio's gonna go next. Reveal, again, no holographic effect. He's just not gonna move at all and activate a BAM. Doesn't move, activates BAM. Everything gets flipped over. Okay, and then he summons civilian here, and 2 civilians at his spot. This is full, triggering Overflow. Another master plan card gets put here on the storyline. Okay, I am slightly panicking, getting a little bit sweaty actually, because I'm about to lose. We draw for our turn. Black Cat gets another Cat Luck and another heroic action. Okay, I think I just gotta use claws. Now with that, 1 attack goes here, and another one from the previous action as well. Previous action was Cat Claws, so this one helps clear out the final battle drones. And now our threat has been cleared. End of turn, you may add 1 civilian to any location, then rescue 1 from this location as well. Maybe I can add a civilian where Black Cat is. And there's none here, of course. Now I only get to play 1 more card, and I need to defeat 1 more thug. I have an attack here, I just need 1 movement, which I have already, so this is gonna work out. Now, we need to send people to Mysterio. Drawing Black Cat, and we get a double attack. I'm gonna play Cat Luck. I know this time that his master plan has to have a holographic effect. This is the 3rd Cat Luck. Okay, playing Cat Luck, and I'm gonna use this movement token to move Black Cat here in Golden City, and I'm gonna use the last attack from Spider-Man to clear the final thug as well, which means Mysterio is now available to be attacked. That's done, and I use that, I use that. Oh, I still have 1 heroic action left to rescue 1 more civilian. And I mean 2 more and I can still draw, I'll be able to draw 1 more card. Now this is the first time where I'm overlapping a 2nd round in the timeline. That's interesting. I think I'm allowed to do that, right? I think I'm allowed to do that because the villain's deck hasn't run out yet. But those are my actions. Mysterio goes again. Oh my god, he only has 1 card. He has 2 cards left, which means I have to defeat him in like 2 turns. All right, here's Mysterio's next card. Move once. Activates this BAM, turn everything face over. We now have to pass the baton to Black Cat because she's the only one on Mysterio's location, and we need to prioritize all attacks on Mysterio now. We need like double attacks for everything. The last action we played was a heroic action. That's not gonna help us really. And we draw. Daredevil gets an attack. I play Black Cat, double attack. 2 attacks on Mysterio right now. We have 4 health left for him. And the last one is a heroic action. I guess I'll rescue 1 more civilian. Why not? I'm gonna overlay these cards over here. I need to draw Black Cat cards. And I feel like the only way to do that is to rescue 1 more civilian and then instantly draw 3 cards, because since I'm playing solo, when you solve the last mission card, you can actually draw 3 cards, 1 per hero that you control. That is gonna help with draw power to hopefully draw more attack cards for Black Cat. But I don't have a way to reach there yet. Right now, I just have nothing but heroic actions, and I have an attack, and I have, 1 movement. So maybe I just play Spider-Man's movement and then hope for the best, because we still get 1 more turn left after Mysterio goes. Mysterio, actually no, I don't even know what I'm doing. Okay, I'm gonna play Spider-Man's move and heroic action. Spider-Man's gonna move this way, heroic action doesn't come into play. Back to Mysterio, drawing his final card. Oh, I should have known he's gonna move. He's literally going to move. I totally forgot about that. Okay, his last one. He's going to move 3 spaces. 1, 2, and 3, and just summon civilians, which might help us out. We have 1 civilian over here, 1 civilian, 2 civilians here, and 1 more in Spider-Man's spot. We have 2 cards left to play to deal 4 damage. Can I get a heart of the cards? We draw Daredevil and he gets 1 wild. It's not enough, but it's something. And you know what? I think this might work out. We'll see. I have 2 options. I can play this wild card, rescue a civilian, and then draw 3 cards. But that already takes that 1 card spot, and I have only 1 more card left. And the 1 card is not gonna deal 4 damage. My other option is to use that wild token to just deal damage directly, and then he'll be down to 3 health. And I don't even know Black Cat's abilities, but if she can somehow, swing on over to Brooklyn Bridge and deal 3 more damage, we can still do this. I'm just gonna go for the attack. Daredevil is going to perform that wild action and attack Mysterio, 1 health. I draw my final card. You can look at it first and tell me whether or not we won or lost. Go ahead. Oh, heroic action, what can I do with this? I can't do anything with this. Okay, well, can at least go down with the bang and do 1 final attack. Oh my god, so close. It's so close. Okay, 1 final attack, and I use the last wild action on him. So 2 damage. Mysterio is down to 1 single health left. 1 health, and we lost. Okay. Final thoughts. You know, that was really fun. That was incredibly fun. I for sure enjoyed this one way more than the last one we played, which was against Baron Zemo. Mysterio, I think, is perfectly done. I wouldn't change anything about him. He's so cool. If this is a preview of how the Sinister Six is, I am hyped. I'm excited for it. Mysterio, if you don't already know, is a master of illusions, and I think it's really interesting to see that translate onto tabletop because civilians and thugs are like flipping back and forth. I love how the game actually feels like an illusion as you're going around and uncovering different threats. I think that's so fun. Difficulty-wise, you know, I think it's good. I don't think he's too challenging because we brought him down to 1 health, and for sure he's not too easy because you still have to go around the board and find different illusions, which I thought was really interesting. He's mobile as heck and he has drones which you have to defeat, which I thought was really cool. In terms of the team dynamic, I think I enjoyed playing with Black Cat the most because she paired so well against Mysterio. I think her abilities, Cat Claws, can come in handy a lot when facing him. Spider-Man 2099 though doesn't feel too interesting. I don't think he did anything that was like really worthwhile. He was definitely an MVP. He played like a majority of the actions, but I think they were very standard. Just like attack, move, heroic action. But his ability is just, you know, to do a double attack with claws. We didn't even get to use that fully. His other one was to like just do a heroic action anywhere, which I don't really know how that plays into his abilities in general. Let's see if there are any more cards left over that we didn't use from him. No, actually that's it. Those are all his abilities. So it definitely doesn't feel like a futuristic Spider-Man. I don't know too much about him, but I do know from like playing the games and lightly reading the comics about him. I remember him having like enhanced vision and like increased healing abilities. Maybe they could have incorporated that here instead of just a random claw attack. I know for sure he has like enhanced claws, but you know, having one ability that does double damage doesn't really give too much to him. If he actually has the ability on one of the locations at the Daily Bugle, which is reveal the top card of the Master Plan deck, that I think would be way more thematic than the random claws ability, because then it's like his advanced vision and he can see a little bit ahead. I remember healing being a thing for Spider-Man 2, so I was thinking just now, and maybe a way to incorporate his healing ability a little bit better would be to, as he swings around to different locations, he can heal 1 health, or you can draw 1 card as you swing to the other side of the map or something. But Daredevil was cool though. It's a cool way of integrating him. The man without fear, you know, gaining 1 movement token for each civilian that you rescue this turn. That's different and new and unique. I can already tell he's not the strongest, but thematically it works. You know, blind justice, the man without fear, attacking something to convert that token into something else. That fits. But bottom line, this was a really fun round. I love the team dynamic overall. I loved playing against Mysterio. Mysterio is already one of my favorite villains. He's so thematic. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the first of the Sinister Six expansion. Thank you all so much for joining me, and I'll see you all in the next gameplay video.